News Panorama is a TV news magazine program that gives you the story behind the story.
It tells the stories the way they should be told by capturing the larger scale.
It deals with people's deep feelings on issues that, when brought to the fore, ultimately educates, informs, and entertains.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
From the result of secondary data, it is clear that road transportation contribution to gross domestic product in Nigeria has a great impact on economic growth. This implies that productivity and effective distribution at the long run increase the economic growth in the country. This and many more on our lineup for you today. Welcome and thanks for joining me on the program News Panorama. I am Josephine Efanga.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
If you have just tuned in, you are watching News Panorama. Effective road network remains a vital factor to the economic prosperity of any country because of its role in driving commerce and transportation. As a result of this, the state government has met with the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to reiterate its readiness to collaborate with the NDDC to address the deplorable condition of the federal roads, which notably includes Calabar-Itu Road and Ogoja-Katsina Road. The report. The state government is poised to collaborate and partner the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs to address the federal routes in the state, which notably include Calabar-Itu Road and Ogoja-Katsina Road. The state governor, Senator Basiede Tutu, made this known when the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Engineer Abubakar Momo, and his team paid a courtesy call on him in his office. Governor, represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode, commended the minister for visiting the South-South region for an assessment of the federal routes, intimating the team that Cross River feels forgotten by Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, as Calabar-Itu Road and Ogoja-Katsina Road are causing negative effects in the economy. He used the forum to appeal to the minister to inform the Federal Executive Council, FEC, of the burden of the people who use this route on daily basis and express optimism that the road's intervention under NDDC will be faster with positive results.
We from Cross River State, like you've rightly stated, we feel forgotten by this commission, by the Niger Delta Commission, because it does appear that everything ends within the other part of the South-South. So we begin to wonder if we are still in the Niger Delta, because we are, in quote, in the Niger Delta, but we don't enjoy the benefit of being in the Niger Delta. Our road situation, like you have seen, this one you have just seen is a tip of an iceberg. 2 days ago, I have to call the Honorable Minister for work because up north, within Ogoja going to Katsina, that one is completely blocked. Vehicles and goods cannot move. In fact, people that have perishable product, all their goods are getting bad there because there's just no road to pass through at all. You know, so it is important that you've come here. First, we congratulate you, and we know that you are going to do a very good job for our state and for the region. We also will be very happy to collaborate with you, like you have said. Be rest assured that the governor of Cross River State, and indeed the people of Cross River State, welcome you with open hand. Whatever collaboration that you will need, be rest assured that it will be given to you from our side.
Speaking, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Engineer Abubakar Momo, said his team was on tour to see projects which NDDC had undertaken for the past years before going back to execute the policy of the present administration. Mr. Momo lamented the deplorable condition of the roads in the region and expressed optimism that NDDC under the present administration will execute a good job for the region. He called on governors, ministers, and political leaders in the Niger Delta for collaboration and partnership in order to put to proper use the resources of the region.
We are here in the state to see for ourselves some of the projects which the Ministry and the Niger Delta Development Commission have undertaken in the past year. You know, just barely 3 weeks that we've taken over, we inaugurated, and I felt before we sit down to work in the office, it is most appropriate for us to go around and see it for ourselves before we can go back to the office to start to execute the policy of this very administration. This very administration of our president is a renew hope agenda administration. And that has to be that as we are going forward, we are going to witness quite a number of things, because our president is one person that is here on the ground and he listens so well. And I have no doubt in mind that by the time we begin to push in the report as to what is happening at various regions, he definitely will listen to us.
For CRBC News Panorama, Josephine Efanga. The Cross River State government has commenced the desilting of gutters in Calabar metropolis. The desilting is to create sanity and promote healthy living in the state, the report.
For over 4 years, gutters in Wat Market and Ikaikakwa Market remain clogged with refuse and traders comfortably sitting by it to sell their goods. The era of clogged gutters seems to come to an end as the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, in collaboration with the Calabar Urban Development Authority (CUDA), has evacuated the drainage at the Wat Market, which has over the years been obstructing free flow of traffic. Speaking on the initiative, the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Mr. Ampo Edet, praised Cross Riverians for their patience with the state government in the face of current challenge of bad roads. The Works Commissioner promised that in no time the administration of Senator Basi Otu will repair all roads in the state. He urged the public to avoid dumping refuse in the drainage and gutters as this damages the roads.
As soon as the rainy season go off, that we will all drive in a sweet road that will complement the season of sweetness of the state. One of these things we are desilting today wasn't caused by government. Government have fixed the infrastructure in ensuring that the citizens use it. But the blockage of all these things are caused by the negligence, the approach of mismanaging the government infrastructure by the citizens.
Also speaking, the special advisor to the governor on general duties, Mr. Akaba Ekpenyong, charged public, especially traders at the Wat Market, to desist from practice of dumping refuse in the drainage. Mr. Akaba also warned those selling on roadsides to evacuate immediately.
Pleading with Cross Riverians to partner with government, because government alone will not be able to clean the town, and ensure that you dump your waste appropriately and properly, not to dump it indiscriminately, so that at the end of the day, during evacuation of waste, it will also be easy to evacuate.
The chairman of the Calabar Urban Development Authority, Mr. Ayi Efyong, reaffirmed a promise of a better governance for residents of Calabar Metropolis, assuring that Governor too is for the people.
The Wat Market, you know how it used to be, it has become an eyesore. You can see how bad it is. They have blocked the whole gutter, the whole drainages around the market have been blocked because of the garbage they throw into there's going to be a holistic desilting around the whole Calabar municipality.
Traders at Wat Market and Ikaika Market thanked the state government for the evacuation while pleading on government assistance in the area of shop provision as they are ready to stop selling by the roadside.
To thank on behalf of the traders in the Wat Market, I want to thank the state government and the Commissioner for Environment who has taken a step to make sure that Cross River State, more especially Ghana City, has regained back its past glory.
And we so much thank God for what government has done for us. They have tried a lot for us. I say, may the good Lord bless them.
The government was wrong. The place was filthy, and now we are getting better.
Commercial drivers were not left out, as they say. Removal of traders from the road is a welcome development.
Very, very good development. I thank His Excellency and even the President Commissioner for Environment of what he's doing. But the fact remains, like, if the government can...
And we so much thank God for what government has done for us. They have tried a lot for us. I say, may the good Lord bless them.
The government was wrong. The place was filthy, and now we are getting better.
A few days ago, public and private schools resumed in Cross River State for a new academic session. In this report, Inyang reports on the state government's directive to all schools on the need to remove all business centers around school premises. The report.
As government and private schools resume for the 2023/2024 academic year, the Cross River State Ministry of Education has observed with dismay the unwarranted and unauthorized setting up of lock-up shops, removable tables, and containers around fences of public schools across the state. This structure do not only deface the beauty of schools, but constitute security threats to the lives of pupils and students. It goes without saying that our surroundings have an immense impact on us, both consciously and unconsciously. In an interview, some parents said the Ministry of Education should consider the fact that those people with shops around public schools are also trying to survive and make a living in this harsh Nigerian economy.
But this may cause some of them to die as a result of frustration, or I have opinion that before government should order any shop close to any school premises to pack out or relocate, there should be a plan for that. You know, they can look for other alternatives for them, not to just drive them out like that.
It's not good. The government should give them time and look into the situation. The government should see that these are human beings. It's not good for them to just live like that. How will the family feel when they live? So the government should give them time.
If they throw them out, they don't have anything to do outside. Why? There's no job. There's no space in the outside. They even succeeded to have a place. So I believe before the government can throw them out, they should make sure that they try their best to provide a job for them so that they can have something to sell for their family.
The environment in which students learn and study has an impact on their productivity, as safety of schools' environment is important to protect all students and school personnel from exposure of violence, such as kidnapping, assault, bullying, victimization, theft, fights, and other violent crimes. Some citizens are, however, not in support of the decision of the Ministry of Education, as they believe that schools have remained safe despite the shops surrounding them. They are rather pleading with the ministry and government to handle the situation in a different way instead of stopping the traders from making a living.
Because most of these people make their livelihood from there, and that's their only source. So if you're asking them to fold up, where do they go to? How do they source for themselves and their families? And then also on the student side, it's stressful for them because they buy from there, they eat from there, everything they are getting from there. So if you're taking those shops out of there, it means you're going to stress them to go to far distances to get what they want. And that's not so cool on their part. You should take them somewhere else, create some another place for them that is more secure.
You know, they've not provided any means of a livelihood for them, so I think they should allow it to be. They should first of all think of a better way of solving the economic problem of the people before they think about the security. I think the first thing is to think about how the people should live well before the security. So that should come first.
Inasmuch as the Ministry of Education is trying to keep the pupils and students in a conducive environment for learning, Cross Riverians are concerned about the traders trying to survive, as they feel government should rather work on the economy of the state, as crime starts there. All owners of unauthorized structures surrounding the schools are requested to remove them to provide for a clean and green teaching and learning environment for pupils and students. The Ministry of Education has instructed that defaulters would be made to face the law after 1 month of this notification and consequently demolish such structures. A word is enough for the wise. For CRBC News Panorama, I am Inyangbasi reporting.
Education, they say, is the bedrock of a nation. A new academic session surfaces again, which comes with the need for adequate preparation on the part of the students, parents, as well as teachers. Ruth Marcos brings details, the report.
Education remains the bedrock of any nation. A new academic session is here again, and in the midst of a long line of preparations from teachers, students, and parents, modalities have been set in place in order to ensure a successful and result-oriented academic session. Going back to school after the holidays is always a huge undertaking for parents and their children, as well as the teachers, to deal with. On the part of the children, it is a signification to the abrupt end to days of unhindered fun-filled activities, and for parents, it is back to the rigorous routine of school runs and related planning and spending. And for teachers, they will have to strive mentally to put themselves together for academic rigors.
We are putting in our best to make sure that we have the best from the children, but I'm optimistic and trusting and believing God that everything is going to be all right. Our kids will make us proud. The sacrifice is worth it, the pain is worth it. Everything is going to just get out to be the best. Hoping and trusting in God, the great God of all.
In an interview, some parents say they see the preparation processes of their children for school resumption as their contributions as parents or guardians. They see the resumption as a return to the dreaded but necessary regimented days of waking up early, joining in the homework sessions, pick up and drop off itineraries, play, and emotional headache in them. The parents are that with expenditure on uniforms, new books for the new class, fees and other related costs, the combination becomes daunting for the unprepared. The responsibility is on parents or guardians to put in place preparatory tools that would aid and guide a steady return to school.
With God, all things are possible. When we have God, we do better. I'll try my best to give the children what they're supposed to know. And I believe parents too have put things in place for children to learn. All their stationaries, their books must be in place, because without books they cannot learn. Most will come without books. So if parents have put these things in place, I know most children, especially textbook, most children will go higher.
As a teacher, it is my duty to teach the students and to make sure that they acquire the knowledge and also understand what are being taught. And also, they should also be able to give me a feedback of what I've taught, and also a good response to any questions given to them, and also do their own work properly on time.
So as a teacher, the right techniques that I've been able to employ to make sure that my children get down with the things I teach is that I do it from my heart, and then I equally source materials that will aid them for better understanding.
Okay.
So, considering the fact that a teacher is a father, a teacher is somebody who gives knowledge. A teacher is like a mother to somebody.
Okay.
So, as a teacher, I know that I have to do all it takes for me to give the best to my learners.
Some teachers I spoke with expressed need for adequate mental preparation in order to be able to judiciously carry out their duties. They also stressed on the need to be ready to cope all excesses of students as long as they are under the custody of the teachers.
I'm happy to be in my new class. I'm in SSM, and I have it in mind to study science. I'm going for science. So, shout out to all new students in new classes.
I am happy that I'm entering a new class. I'm now a big girl. I appreciate my parents for buying me new books. I'm not yet to play, I'm yet to learn and read harder so that my parents can be happy.
For their part, some students and pupils expressed that preparing for school after the long holidays is not always a ride in the park, as they understand that they are now leaving the fun-filled days behind for a new class that involves new teachers, classmates, advanced curriculum, and classwork, while also hinting that for the children, progressing to secondary school will be a unique experience in a strange environment. For CRBC News Panorama, I am Ruth Marcus.
The rainy season is that time of the year when most of the region's average annual rainfall occurs. Over the years, rainy season lasts from March to late August or early September, but the reverse seems to be the case. As rainy season continues, Blessing Basi brings details on effects of continuous raining on health, business, and education, especially on school children. The report.
In recent years, there has been a noticeable shift in the timing of the raining season in many parts of the country. Traditionally, this season typically commences in June or July and concludes in early September. However, an alarming trend has emerged as the rainy season now arrives early. Some respondents said the shift in the climate pattern has significant consequences on various aspects of the society, including health, businesses, and daily routines.
Rain really affects this our business because it will not allow people to come out and sow. And those business people, business women cannot also go out and do their business in order to have money and bring for the sowing. So that's why sometimes we do stay like morning till nobody brings food for us to sow.
When it's raining, people do not sow. When it's raining, business does not move fast, like, when it's Alright, but we are just managing.
The premature onset of the raining season can lead to unexpected outbreak of waterborne diseases and vector-borne illnesses. The inadequate preparation for heavy rains and flooding can result in contaminated water sources, facilitating the spread of diseases like cholera and malaria. In addition, these weather changes can affect one's mental health by causing disruption in daily routines, increasing stress levels, and contributing to a general sense of unease. A number of respondents were of the view that the raining season is crucial for individuals. They appeal for the relevant authorities to adapt and respond effectively to this shifting weather pattern to safeguard public health and maintain the stability of businesses and daily life.
The weather condition of this area, I would say, has been very, very bad. Affected our business so much. Mostly in the morning, when we're supposed to do 1 or 2 drawing. We don't do much in the morning because of sometimes it drizzles very well. At times, it also affects our design. So it makes the work very, very dull. We're not allowed to deliver jobs at due time.
Research has it that the rainy season can cause inconveniences such as traffic congestion, power outages, and waterlogging, making it essential for individuals and communities to be well prepared with proper infrastructure and disaster management strategies to mitigate these challenges. For CRBC News Panorama, Blessing Bassi reporting.
As the 2023-2024 legal year commences, the 3 arms of government pledges to synergize with the state government, working in unity to ensure effective judiciary in Governor Basi Otu's-led administration, the reports.
Legal year provides opportunity to reflect on the state of access of justice in the society and also serves as a reminder of the pivotal role the legal system plays in upholding justice, safeguarding rights, and ensuring the rule of law in the society. It is also a moment the legal practitioners judge their conscience and strive for a legal system that is not only efficient and fair, but one that is inclusive and responsive to every individual regardless of the social and economic background. Here in Cross River State, judiciary was not left out as they herald the 2023-2024 legal year with an opening mass at St. Bernard Catholic Church, Marian Hill, Calabar. The State Chief Judge, Justice Akon Ikpeme, said, as the judiciary is back to work after a 3-month recess, all hands must be on deck to ensure efficient and effective justice delivery for the state as the new legal year begins.
You would have heard the Reverend Father and his family also touch about decongesting the prisons. It's definitely going to be in our program this year. As you have heard, some of them are there beyond even the number of years they would have been if they were convicted. Be ready. We have had enough rest for 3 months, so we are back to work. All hands must be on deck to ensure justice delivery in Cross River State. You already know, you've seen them in their numbers.
Also, the royal fathers were not left out in the legal year opening as they called on judiciary to create an enhanced justice delivery system that is efficient.
I've been attending this for the past 10 years, and I like the spirit. It's one of the best in the spirit, and I am sure next year it will be better. Because there is an increased confidence in the judiciary, so people are bound to understand that. And besides, the Chief Judge, current Chief Judge, well, and our ability to carry on the judiciary. We are very pleased that every year when they want to start a legal year, they start by going to church. And they invited all stakeholders to come and participate in this prayer so that we have a very good judiciary so that they can carry out their bigger obligations.
The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Ededem Ani, thanked the state governor for finding him worthy to serve, lauding the state's Chief Judge for her commitment towards Governor Otu's-led administration.
I am confident that this attitude will continue throughout this administration. The ceremony for the opening of the new legal year in Nigeria, which has become known as the Assizes, is an opportunity for reflection on the activities of the past year and setting an agenda for the incoming year, which we have ushered in today. We have done this by committing to God in thanksgiving and requesting of Him the needed grace to perform our duties, which we have taken an oath to do.
Senator Victor Ndomaegba and Mr. Akaba Ekpenyong encouraged legal practitioners to be proactive in their dealings and appealed to the state government to rehabilitate the first customary court at Court Road, Calabar.
And in case we have forgotten, this is the only jurisdiction in Nigeria that has produced 2 Chief Justices of Nigeria. Sir Danley Alexander sat on that bench, and from here, as Chief Judge, was appointed Chief Justice of Nigeria. And after him, we had our own homegrown local boy, Nikon would have said local cocoa, Justice Walter Samuel Nkanu Onoge.
Judiciary sector of Cross-River State, which is a very important arm of government. You could see lawyers in their numbers, you could see judges, the cream de la cream of the society are all gathered, traditional rulers, and even visiting senior advocates of Nigeria are all here to grace this occasion. So it's indeed a warm moment for legal practitioners across River State, because this entrenches the beginning of a new calendar as far as legal practice is concerned.
The governor, Senator Basio too, said the state was ready to collaborate with judiciary to ensure that all legal practitioners are equipped with all that is necessary for the discharge of their responsibility. Senator too, represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode, urged the legal practitioners to put in their best for a greater milestone.
But as for you, men of God, show always aim at righteousness, godliness, faith, love, faith-hearted gentleness. As for the rich in the world, charge them not to be naughty, not to set their hopes on certain riches, but on God, who richly furnishes us with everything to enjoy.
For CRBC News Panorama, I am Josephine Efanga.
That is all we have on our lineup this week. We hope to be back same time next week. I am Josephine Efanga.